All right, so over here on this other side of the bed next to my green onions, I planted some green beans. And I had 8. There was 8. And we had a lot of roly polies this year. I checked in some of my local gardening groups and they said the same thing, that there's some people have also been feeling like there's been an abnormal amount of roly polies, and so they were eating the bean sprouts before they could fully come up. This one's got all the leaves removed. Pretty sure it was the pillbugs. And I only had these 2 that survived. So I looked up like companion planting and things that would deter pests. So I got this rosemary. I got some parsley, even though I know it may not last very long here in Texas. It'll probably bolt with our heat. I thought I'd give it a try. I have this wooden board up here to try and give it some shade for now. I might add a shade cloth later on, or I might move it. I was mostly trying to figure out how to get these beans to survive the roly-polies. And it seems like once they grow a certain amount, they don't get their leaves chewed on anymore. It's only when they're like bent and close to the ground that that becomes a problem for them. So I ended up planting some with my daughter in this little seed growing container, and they're doing great. And we're going to try and transplant them once they get a little bit taller, kind of like these guys. These ones, we replanted some in here as well as in the little raised bed to see which would work if we could figure out how to protect these. And once I noticed them kind of bent like these right here, I went ahead and I undug the soil around them. And then in the next day, they had popped up and they were standing straight again. And so I was able to keep the pillbugs from eating their leaves, even though they were still kind of crooked and they hadn't fully sprouted up yet, by removing the soil from around them so that there was no point of soil touching the leaves for the pillbugs to easily eat them. And that seems to have worked for them. So we've got a few of those, and then we've got these guys in here that we'll later try and transplant into the missing spots where we had some more beans before. It actually is going to kind of work out though, because they'll be more staggered in their production, hopefully, so we can harvest a couple of them and then the other ones will be ready, and then lastly the third round of them will be ready.